Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our Srimad Bhagavatam, daily reading of Srimad Bhagavatam. Today we're going to read from Canto 3, Chapter 1. No, sorry, Canto 3, Chapter 3. Takes 1. Let me set up here in the computer. I'm in the wrong page here. Okay, takes 1. So before starting, let me offer my obeisance to His Divine Grace, Abhay Charan Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. My obeisance to all my listeners, and I beg you please forgive all my imperfectness and forgive my broken English, and give your blessings so we can find the right words to present this great philosophy. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Chinamine. Namaste Sarasvati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Pasachade Satarine. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shadvaita Gadadara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kantarada Kantana Masute Tata Kanchana Gorangira De Vrindavaneshwari Vrishavana Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Chapatitaram Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3. Chapter 3 takes 1. The Pastimes of the Lord out of Vrndavana. Uddhava uvāca tataḥ āgatya puram sva-pitroś cikīrṣayā baladeva-saṁyutaḥ nipātya tuṅgād ripu-yūtha-nāthaṁ hatam vyakarṣad vyasum ojasorvyām. Uddhava uvāca. Śrī Uddhava said, tataḥ, thereafter, saha, the Lord, āgatya, coming, puram, to the city of Mathurā, sva-pitroḥ, own parents, cikīrṣayā, wishing well, sham, well-being, baladeva-saṁyutaḥ, with Lord Baladeva, nipātya, dragging down, tuṅgād, from the throne, ripu-yūtha-nāthaṁ, leader of public enemies, hatam, killed, vyakarṣad, pulled, vyasum, dead, ojasorvyām, by strength, urvyām, on the ground. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Śrī Uddhava said, thereafter, Lord Kṛṣṇa went to Mathurā City with Śrī Baladeva, and to please their parents, they dragged Kṛṣṇa, the leader of public enemies, down from his throne and killed him, pulling him along the ground with great strength. So Śrī Uddhava said. Śrī Uddhava here is talking with Vidura. In the previous chapter, named Remembrance of Krishna, Uddhava was remembering Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's lila, before he left Vrndavana. Now in this 30th chapter, the pastimes of Krishna, the Lord, out of Vrndavana. So he starts to describe his lilas in Mathura and after that Dwarka. So again the verse, Śrī Uddhava said, thereafter Lord Krishna went to Mathurā City with Śrī Baladeva, and to please their parents, they dragged Kṛṣṇa, the leader of public enemies, down from his throne and killed him, pulling him along the ground with great strength. King Kṛṣṇa's death is only briefly described here because such pastimes are vividly and elaborately described in the 10th canto. Not just this one, but here Uddhava is just remembering, have a rough idea of the Krishna's Leelas. But in the 10th canto, Shukadeva Goswami is going to describe in details the Leelas of the Lord. Prabhupada says, the Lord proved to be a worthy son of his parents, even at the age of 16 years. Both brothers, Lord Kṛṣṇa and Lord Baladeva, went to Mathura from Vrndavana and killed their maternal uncle, who had given so much trouble to their parents, Vasudeva and Devaki. So Kṛṣṇa, he was a harassment for Vasudeva and Devaki. Kṛṣṇa, he had a natural affection for his sister Devaki. But the day that Devaki married Vasudeva, and he was carrying Devaki to the house of Vasudeva, and in the chariot, while he was taking Devaki and Vasudeva, and there was a big party, so he heard from the skies a voice, a great voice, saying that, you fool, you carrying Devaki, but you don't know that her 8th son is going to be the reason of your death. So that was that voice from the sky, and since Kṛṣṇa heard that voice, he was completely enraged, and immediately he wanted to kill his own sister, Devaki. Immediately he wanted to kill Devaki, but Vasudeva stopped that. He stopped him from that, and he started to speak philosophy to Kṛṣṇa, to make Kṛṣṇa peaceful. So from that point on, Kṛṣṇa was the #1 enemy of Lord Krishna. And he started to harass his own sister Devaki and Vasudeva. And not only that, but he killed all children of Devaki. He killed all children, but Baladeva and Krishna. That's going to be told in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Kṛṣṇa was a great giant, Prabhupada says, and Vasudeva and Devaki never thought that Krishna and Balarama would be able to kill such a great and strong enemy. So one thing that we have to understand is that in the Krishna Lila, the devotees of the Lord, actually, they don't see God as the supreme powerful God. As usually we have this idea, especially from Christianity, we have this idea that what's God? They don't have so much information about God. Who is God? They say that God is the all-powerful, He's omnipotent, He's everywhere, but they don't have information who really God is. But in the Vedic literature, Srimad Bhagavatam describes Krishna as being the supreme God and the dearest of Vrndavana. God is just a cowherd boy. It's a boy. It's a regular boy. Of course, a regular boy, but full of opulences. And the devotees of the Lord, they see Krishna as his friend, as his lover. There are different relationships that one develops with Krishna. So one can be served, one can have this relationship as a dasa, as a servant of the Lord. One can be a friend of the Lord, a Saki, Sakalya. One can be Vatsalya Rasa. Vatsalya Rasa is the relationship, like here we are talking about Vasudeva and Devaki, the relationship of the devotees as parents of the Lord. And Madhurya, the lovers. Madhurya Rasa, the humor of loving the Lord as a lover. A lover. So, devotees, they don't see God as all-powerful, actually. And they, as it says here, Prabhupada is explaining that their parents feared, they had fear that cancer would kill Krishna. They never thought that Krishna Balarama would be able to kill such a great, strong, giant demon as a cancer. So they could not see in that way. So they were afraid that cancer would kill Krishna. So this is the nature of devotees. Devotees, they don't see God as the all-powerful, but they see God as the little son, little lover, a little friend, a good friend, but not as the supreme God. So there is that story we always tell when Krishna was in his rasa dance and he left the dance and the gopis couldn't see him and they started to look after Krishna. They went everywhere. They were looking in every bush. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Because they lost Krishna. And Krishna, just to tease them, to joke with them, he manifests himself as the all-supreme God, Narayana, with 4 hands. He manifests before them. And when the gopis saw Narayana, they immediately offer obeisance to Narayana. They offer obeisance to Narayana, but they were so absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, they asked Narayana, have you seen Krishna? Where is Krishna? And Narayana pointed with one of his arms. He had 4 arms. Oh, Krishna is over there. I don't know which arm. But Krishna is over there. So and the gopis again offer obeisance to Narayana because Narayana is God. And they left after Krishna. They didn't care about God. Actually, a devotee is completely absorbed in love to this little boy, Krishna, who is eternally a cowherd boy, bluish, playing his flute with a peacock on his head. Prabhupada says, their parents feared that now cancer would finally get the opportunity to kill their sons, whom they had hidden for so long in the house of Nanda Maharaj. Because when Krishna was born at the prison house of cancer, so Vasudeva, he crossed the Jamuna river and he delivered Krishna to Nanda Maharaj. So Krishna was a foster son of Nanda Maharaj, and he grew up in Vrndavana, in the village of Vrndavana. And he was hidden from cancer because they knew that cancer wanted to kill Krishna. So Vasudeva knew that, and he brought Krishna to Vrndavana, and he hid Krishna in Vrndavana. So Prabhupada says, their parents feared that now cancer would finally get the opportunity to kill their sons, whom they had hidden for so long in the house of Nanda Maharaj. The parents of the Lord, due to parental affection, felt extreme danger, and they almost fainted. Just to convince them that they had actually killed cancer, Krishna and Baladeva pulled cancer's dead body along with the ground to encourage them. Because when Krishna killed cancer, actually there was a big party. So Cancer invited everybody to his arena, and many fighters would be there. And they invited Krishna and Balarama to fight with these fighters. And in the audience, there are so many people. So the inhabitants of Vrndavana, they were there in the audience. Vasudeva was there, Devaki was there. And they were afraid. Everyone was afraid that Krishna would be killed by cancer. But Krishna, being so kind to his devotees, to show them that they had not to fear, he killed cancer, and just to reassure them that he had killed cancer, he dragged the body along the ground. He dragged the dead body along the ground just to encourage them. So this Leela is being remembered by Uddhava, who asked Viduta about the well-being of the inhabitants of Dwarka, about Krishna, about his associates. At that point, Krishna had left already his Leelas. They are Prakata Leelas and Aprakata Leelas. Prakata Leelas, some Leelas, they are Leelas that can be seen. Aprakata Leelas, they are unmanifested Leelas. So the next verse, Uddhava keeps telling Viduta, Sandipane sakri proktam brahmaditya savistaram tasmai pradavaram putram ritam pancha janodaram. Sandipani of Sandipani Muni, Sakrit once only, Prokitam instructed Brahma, all the Vedas, with their different branches of knowledge. Aditya, after studying Savistaram in all details, Tasmai, unto him, Pradat, rewarded, Varam, a benediction, Putram, his son, Mritam, who was already dead, Panchajana, the region of the departed souls, Udarat, from within. Translation. The Lord learned all the Vedas with their different branches, simply by hearing them once from his teacher, Sandipani Muni, whom he rewarded by bringing back his dead son from the region of Yamaloka. So again, this Leela is going to be described in detail in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 10th canto. Prabhupada purports, no one but the Supreme Lord can become well-versed in all the branches of Vedic wisdom simply by hearing once from his teacher. Nor can anyone bring a dead body back to life after the soul has already gone to the region of Yamaraj. But Lord Kṛṣṇa ventured to the planet of Yamaloka and found the dead son of his teacher and brought him back to his father as a reward for the instructions received. So Sandipani Muni was the teacher of Lord Kṛṣṇa. So as soon or after Krishna killed cancer and he met his own father and mother, Devaki and Vasudeva. Vasudeva as a good father, he enrolled Krishna in the school, in the Gurukula. And Krishna and Balarama, they lived as brahmacharis in the school of the Sandipani Muni. And in this school, Krishna learned all kinds of arts. He learned so many arts, even how to speak all kinds of languages. Not only that, but he could speak the languages of the animals, the birds, and the animals in general. So he learned so much, he and Balarama. And as it is the custom, after a student learns from his master, he offers dakshina. He offers a gift to the master. And Krishna offered a gift to the master, and he asked the master what he wanted, and he asked Krishna to bring back his son that was dead. And no one could do that, only God. Only God can do things that are impossible. No one has that power. We have so much power. We are kind of Ishvaras. Ishvara. We are God as well, because we are Ishvaras. We are known as Ishvaras. Ishvara means a controller. So we are controllers. We are God. But what is our control? We have so much limited control. We don't have so much control. We are limited. We have some control at some extent, not absolutely. But the supreme control, only God has the supreme control. For this reason, in the Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma says, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anajira Jigovinda Savakarana Karana. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Ishvara, the controller, God. The Ishvara Parama, the supreme controller, the supreme God. Because we are Ishvara, we are God, but we are little gods. But Krishna is the supreme God, Param. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna is the supreme controller. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Satchid Ananda Vigraha. And his constitution. He is Sat, eternal. Chid, he's full of knowledge. And Ananda. Ananda means bliss. Full of bliss. Satchidananda Vigraha, his constitution, his form is Satchidananda. Savakarana Karana. Savakarana Karana, he is the cause of everything. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadirajir Govinda. This is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord is constitutionally well versed in all the Vedas, and yet to teach by example that everyone must go to learn the Vedas from an authorized teacher and must satisfy the teacher by service and reward, he himself adopted this system. So it says here that the Lord is constitutionally well versed. In fact, he is the source of the Vedas. He's the creator of the Vedas. How is that? In Bhagavad Gita it says, Savachaham ridisa nivisto Mathurā Smriti Jnana Apohanancha Vedaischa Savai Aham Eva Vedyo Vedanta Krit Vedavid Eva Chaham Savasachaham ridisa nivisto. I am situated in everyone's heart. Sarvam, everybody. Savanchaham, Ridi, the heart. Sanivisto. Mathurā Smriti Jnana Apohanancha. Mata, from me, Mata Smriti, comes knowledge. Smriti, Jnana Apohanam, remembrance, forgetfulness, all come from Krishna. So if you want to remember that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because we are forgetful of that. Krishna is the heart, he's seeing us. He's seeing our intention. He's seeing our activities, what we think, what we want. So therefore, we have to be, or to make an effort to be Krishna conscious all the time. We have to go after Krishna, and because we have this intense desire to see Krishna, to obtain Krishna, to associate with Krishna, so Mata Smriti Jnanam Apohanancha Smriti, he gives the memory. Krishna gives the memory to those who have forgotten him. And for this reason it says that the only thing that can attract God is a devotion, is our love to him. So this earnest to attain God. So God in the heart will give him to us. He will present himself to us. So Mata Smriti Jnanam Apohanancha. Veda ischa savaira han eva vedyo. I am the source of the Vedas. I am the creator of the Vedas. Vedanta Krit Veda Videvachaham. I am to be known in the Vedas. Because the Vedas, there are so many things to be known. But actually, the only thing to be known in the Vedas is that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nothing else. So, Krishna is the creator of the Vedas. Krishna is the source of the Vedas. And he is constitutionally well versed in the Vedas because the Vedas came from him. And although he is the source of the Vedas, he accepted to be a student at the school of Sandipani Muni. Why? As Prabhupada explains here, to teach us that we have to accept a master. We have to accept a teacher of the Vedas, someone who can give us knowledge. It's not that knowledge will sprout from the heart naturally. No. It's not in that way. The Lord offered his services to his teacher, Sandipani Muni. And the Muni, knowing the power of the Lord, asked something which was impossible to be done by anyone else. The teacher asked that his beloved son, who had died, be brought back to him, and the Lord fulfilled the request. The Lord is not therefore an ingrate to anyone who renders him some sort of service. Ingrate. So Krishna is always ready to reciprocate with his devotees. Whatever we offer to him, patram puspam phalantoyan jame bhakcha prayachachi tadaham bhakchupasritam. If one offers with love and devotion, flower, fruit, leaves, water, he will accept. And he will reciprocate with us. So whatever we do for Krishna, Krishna is seeing that. Krishna is seeing our intention to offer devotional service to him. Krishna is seeing our intention to chant the holy names in a pure state of mind. And he reciprocates by revealing himself, by giving himself. Jejata prapajanti. He gives to his devotees. The devotees of the Lord who always engage in his loving service are never to be disappointed in the progressive march of devotional service. So devotees, they have to have this assurance from the Lord. They have to understand. Because Sri Rupa Goswami teaches us in the Upadesamrita that utsaha, we have to be very enthusiastic in devotional service. Not only that, but we have to be tolerant and patient. Because the result doesn't appear immediately. We are chanting the holy names, doing some service for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and we do not develop love for Krishna. So we may become morose in the devotional service, so we may even lose faith in devotional service. But as Rupa Goswami says, no, we have to be always enthusiastic serving the Lord, and be tolerant, and be patient, that sooner or later Krishna is going to reveal himself. And so Prabhupada says here that devotees who are engaged in the service of Krishna, they should never be disappointed in the progressive march of devotional service. We are going definitely to make progress in devotional service if we are sincere in our attempt. So this is very important, to be sincere, not just following just for following. As Rupa Goswami says, one has the devotional service destroyed if you want to just follow by following. No, we have to follow with desire to please Lord Krishna, with desire to offer a qualified devotional service. So this is the verse today. I'm going to repeat. The Lord learned all the Vedas with their different branches simply by hearing them once from his teacher Sandipani Muni, whom he rewarded by bringing back his dead son from the region of Jamaloka. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much by hearing this Srimad Bhagavatam. If you have any questions, please write down in the comment box, and if I can, I will answer to you. I will try to answer to you. So thank you so much. Every day, 8 o'clock in the morning, the reading of Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Our friend Abai Zukowski and Christina Kamala, they are watching this live. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna.